Rights Watch is calling for an end to enforced disappearances and abductions in Uganda. It says opposition supporters, including children, are being abducted or held without trial. Ugandan opposition leader Bobi Wine was himself detained during a protest against illegal arrests. Last week, the opposition's called on Ugandans to rise up peacefully and unarmed against President Yoweri Museveni. To discuss this further, we're joined by NBS journalist Daniel Lutaaya. Daniel, very good morning to you. I mean, really disturbing hearing what Human Rights Watch is calling out and seeing what is happening in the country. Tell us more about these abductions, including the taking of children.
Well, Uganda held an election in January, and since then there has been a very tense political situation in the country. Now, before this election, there was overwhelming support for two candidates. One, the incumbent President Yoweri Museveni, and the frontrunner in the opposition, who also is the president of the National Unity Platform, a party that he created about 6 months before the election, but that actually managed to garner the biggest number of opposition members of parliament in the just concluded election, and that is Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, commonly referred to here as Bobi Wine. Now, supporters of Bobi Wine were arrested just before the election. Part of his campaign team, these included some of his members of his press team, members of his security team, members of his health team, but the government has slapped charges of being found in possession of military stores, which in Uganda is a military offense, being found with bullets or guns or any other firearms. And now these are being tried in a military court. But then again, there is also another group of people who are being taken here and there. First, I think, was a boxer in Masaka called Justin Jugo, who was taken right before the election and then brought back home. But then we've been receiving stories of people who have been taken without the government necessarily coming out to inform whether these people are in jail or them being produced in court anyway. So Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, Bobi Wine and his party claim that all of this is being done to frustrate their party's efforts to remain a strong political organization in the country, but also some of these that are being taken are children of impoverished people in the local areas of Masaka, Lyantonde, areas of Mpigi, mostly the central Uganda region of Uganda. Now, this region voted overwhelmingly in support of the opposition candidate, Bobi Wine, and that has, of course, that is a shift from how this region has been voting in the past before Bobi Wine became a candidate. Now, the government has come out in Parliament, the Ministry of Internal Affairs, the minister was in Parliament and read out a list of people that they say are in custody of the government. The president also, in one of the national addresses, asked the police and the army to read a list. The president actually attempted to read about 3 names from that list, but he then handed this list over to the army and to the police. But now there has been issues with the police saying they will not read a list of people that they did not arrest and do not know their whereabouts, and that has been the back and forth here and there. But the Minister of Internal Affairs was in Parliament and read the list. But then again, the National Unity Platform, Bobi Wine's party, also read a list of their own. There is also a list in the media, but we also get reports every now and then of people calling us as journalists and telling us we cannot find our son.
Sorry, Daniel, can I just ask you very briefly, I mean, where does this leave Bobi Wine? I know there's a call for peaceful protest to take place, and what is made about the fact that, you know, South Africa, the African Union, absolute silence, nobody's getting involved?
Well, Bobi Wine has told the international community. He holds press conferences every week and talks to the international community directly and asks them to be involved and to have an ear on the ground with what is happening in Uganda. But he has also called out religious leaders and also calling out other political actors in Uganda and internationally to have a say on this. Now, the challenge is is that there is no evidence, no tangible evidence per se of whatever is happening in these abductions. There is nobody who has seen these people being taken. The people that are taking them.
I'm apologizing. I have to wrap you up here. We've run out of time, but good to get your thoughts on that. Thank you.